Now, the mother of a 5-year-old boy who suffers from a rare form of epilepsy is calling on the Scottish Government to intervene to allow her son to access medication that contains high levels of cannabis. Last year, specialist doctors across the UK were given the go-ahead to prescribe their patients medicines deriving from the drug. But Karen Gray says her son's condition requires a stronger dosage. And in the last few hours, she's posted a video of 5-year-old Murray having a seizure. Karen Gray joins us now from our Edinburgh studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
And it's quite a shocking video, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's had actually 16 of those overnight now.
Just tell us about Murray, when he started or when you noticed that he was having these kinds of seizures.
Okay, he was young. He was about 2, but he didn't have very many. He didn't need medication. He had about 2 that year, and each year they just doubled and doubled. So December 2017 he had 12, and then in January he was having 12 a day. The most he's had a day is 21 seizures, like the one I posted last night. It's just been absolutely horrendous. He's been on every single medication. He's been on steroids. They didn't work. They just put 2 stone in weight on him. He's been on ketamine. He luckily got given Epidiolex, which is CBD-based medical cannabis. And it's just not working anymore. There's a risk that an isolated CBD, this can happen, and it's just not working anymore. He's back. He was in status. He's now just having seizures.
What do you mean he's in status?
Basically non-convulsive status epilepticus. He will just lies in the bed. He's conscious that you're there and he can't move. He's paralysed.
It did the Epidiolex, is that how I say it?
Yes.
You said that. Did that work for a while then?
It did help him for a while. It certainly reduced the length of his seizures that he was having, and it stopped his myoclonic seizures during the day. So it did work for a small while, but unfortunately it's just not working anymore.
And what confidence do you have that the higher levels, a drug with a higher level of cannabis would be more effective?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a higher level of cannabis. Epidiolex is basically a CBD isolate. So they take the whole plant and they strip it from everything and leave CBD. What I'm asking for is the whole plant. It's got a lot more cannabinoids in it, and they all react together and help the body better. The children that are actually on whole plant are doing a lot better now, and they've never actually been back in hospital in status, so it proves that it's much more beneficial.
Yeah, experts say that more research is needed into these types of medicines, that their longer term impact has not been studied. What do you say to that?
I say that, yeah, that's true in this country, but in other countries there's more than enough evidence that it helps. I mean, doctors can look at their trials and their facts and their figures, but I'm speaking to parents of real children that are dealing with this and that are taking this medicine or are illegally taking whole plant medication, and it's helping their children. At the moment, Murray's getting brain damage. Goodness knows what the damage the seizures are doing, what the medicine's doing, the pharmaceutical medicines that he's already been on. He's already had to come off one of them because it stopped his bone marrow producing red blood cells. This medicine, the small amount of THC in it is not a risk, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. You
were successfully campaigned, didn't you, to get medicinal cannabis prescribed? What confidence do you have in this latest campaign? You're obviously a determined person.
I am, yeah. We've not got a choice now. I mean, I wanted to give him whole plant medication in the first place, but then when I got offered Epidiolex, I thought, right, my neurologists are behind me on this. I'm going to try it and see if it helps. It's not helping now. I've done everything that they've asked. I've done it, the correct ways. I could just be going out like a lot of other parents and just giving them whole plant medicine, and I've not. I've stuck to my guns, and this is what I want to do. I want my neurologist behind me.
Is your neurologist behind you at the moment?
Sorry?
You said you want your neurologist behind you.
Yeah, he basically says that because the BPNA guidelines state that THC is dangerous to a grown brain, he is scared that he doesn't know what damage he's going to do to my son. Okay. But I know that this is going to work, and I know that the amount of THC in it, we're not talking skunk that kids are smoking in the street. We're talking a pharmaceutical grade medicine that's GMP approved, and it works. And we've got no choice. We absolutely have to get this, or my son's going to die.
Karen, great. Thanks very much indeed. Well, good luck to you. Let's now speak to the paediatric consultant and neurologist, Samir Zubaira, who joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
You hear that. I mean, it's heartbreaking when you have a parent and a son in that kind of position. What's your reaction to it?
I think it is heartbreaking, and sadly we have many patients with epilepsy throughout Scotland and the United Kingdom who have what we call drug-resistant epileptic seizures. About a third of children have seizures which can't be controlled by medication, but it's really important for us as doctors to use medications that we know have been trialed and have been proven to be effective, but also equally for us to use medications that we know are safe. One of the issues, sorry.
You know, I was just saying, why does cannabis appear to help people with epilepsy?
Well, no one actually knows how cannabidiol helps epileptic seizures. The only medication that's been trialed is the cannabidiol, the Epidiolex that Mrs. Gray was saying her son has been prescribed. So that has actually been through rigorous trials. It's been through safety testing, and to a level where we think that this medication is going to get a license within the European Union over the next few months. So, but in terms of how it works, it doesn't actually even work on cannabidiol receptors in the brain, this particular medication. So we don't know how it works, but we know that it does work to help epilepsy. And Mrs. Gray's child has obviously been tried on this medication, which hasn't been as effective as her doctors had clearly hoped.
And she's calling for, as you heard her there saying, she's calling for a different kind of treatment with using the whole cannabis plant. And she says that has been proven to be effective in other countries.
Unfortunately, I think a few things that were said were misleading in that it hasn't been proven in any country to be effective. In fact, what she's calling for is preparations of medication which include a tetrahydrocannabinol which is called THC, as well as cannabidiol. Cannabidiol has been shown to be effective to reduce seizures. The THC, or tetrahydrocannabinol, in trials in animals has been shown in some cases to reduce seizures, but also in other animals to actually increase seizures. We know that the whole plant extract can be toxic. Over my pediatric career, I have seen children who've been brought in as emergencies to the children's hospitals that I've worked in different parts of Scotland, who inadvertently have ingested cannabis that their parents have left in the house, and they've come in very, very severe states of illness. Some children are required to go into intensive care.
So there are clearly side effects here then, you're saying?
Severe side effects of THC potentially. And the important thing about trials is not just that they show that a drug works or doesn't work, that they show whether a medication is safe or not safe. Okay. And I don't think doctors can prescribe medications for which there's no evidence of safety.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Sorry, we'll have to leave it there. That's paediatric consultant and neurologist Samir Zubaira. It's 26 minutes past 7.